All right, beautiful. Thank you for joining me for a 90-minute 26 and 2 yoga class. Yes. We're going to start with 5 rounds of sun salutes to warm up the body. And from there, we will hop into 26 and 2, 26 postures and 2 breathing exercises. If at any point something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify a posture, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. For the sun salutes, you can come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. We'll start with 2 half sun salutes, which are really wonderful options for folks with like wrist, elbow, or shoulder injuries. And then we'll go into 3 full sun salutes. But if the half sun salutes are speaking to you, just keep doing those. Okay. So coming with your feet close together, arms down by your side, we're going to use our Ujjayi breath in this sun salute. So you're going to gently constrict your throat so that you can breathe a little slower, longer, and deeper. And this will help to generate body heat at the beginning of class. Bring your hands together at heart center and begin. As you inhale, slowly lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting the sun. Exhale slowly, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, look forward, lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on thighs, shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. This is a half sun salute. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. We'll go into full sun salutes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, neck long. Exhale, hands to floor, shoulder width distance. Step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in all the way and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor, or cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale as you fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms with ears, fold. Inhale, lengthen, back flat, chest forward. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank or tabletop. We'll hold here for a moment. If you'd like, you can even take some cat-cows in your tabletop. If that lowering down to back bend motion does not feel good for your body, skip it. Go straight from your plank, tabletop, or cat-cow directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, hug your elbows in and pull yourself down. Inhale, come up into your back bend, chest up, shoulders back, neck long. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, make your arms long, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles in the space between your index finger and thumb. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, neck long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears, knees can bend, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Use that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lengthen, shoulders back. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Okay, press your heels down. If your heels aren't touching the floor in down dog, try taking a wider stance. If you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees, otherwise press your thighs back, heels down, hips up. And if you're in child's pose, think about getting your hips towards your heels as well. So everybody's really stretching out the lower back here. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful. Come to the middle of your mat space for 2 sets of pranayama, standing deep breathing, the beginning of our 26 and 2 sequence. We're going to continue with that ujjayi breath, the gently constricted breath against the back of the throat, but this time you'll inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. All the time against the back of the throat. The nose and the mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch to the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up as you exhale. Open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels, thighs contracted, glutes contracted, lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays in the heels. Contract the inner thighs as well as the outer thighs. Squeeze the hips, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down as you inhale, suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in, hold it in tight. Exhale, head up, even as you exhale, stomach in. Shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So the lower body stays still like a statue, just the neck and arms move, you look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. So just your head drops back, no backward bending, no duck butter sway back, press the hips forward, lift the chest up, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, make this the deepest breath so far, breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Take your time. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. So through this breathing exercise, you're learning to breathe a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper, full lungs. Exhale, head up. You're also working on your neck and shoulder mobility, right? Reach the arms forward, press the elbow bones together, lungs empty. Inhale, head down, last breath. In the first set, make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller, suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push and squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Okay, second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, switch the grip to your less dominant grip. Other thumb, pinky finger on top, bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. So one of the reasons why we have the hands like this, the top thumb pushes just a little bit into the throat to remind the throat to be a little constricted, right in that ujjayi breath. This is a beginner yoga series, and so we use things like a grip against the throat to remind the throat to constrict gently. Okay, here we go. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, stomach in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, HA, sound head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. You want to use the full 6 seconds to inhale, take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements, elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. So again, we're working on lung capacity, neck mobility. We're also learning how to synchronize the breath with the body movements. Exhale, head up. Use your knuckles to push your head back. Squeeze your palms together, wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, I'll do 2 with you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. I recently watched one of these. I was like, I wonder if my camera is picking up what the inhale and exhale sound like. Exhale, head up. And what I learned, at least in the little YouTube clip that I watched, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, is that you can't hear the inhale at all, and you can hear the exhale until I tilt my head back, and then the Zoom does not pick up the sound. Exhale, head up, but you do want to exhale. You're not using your vocal cords, but it is an audible exhale against the back of the throat until your elbows touch. Inhale, head down. And I have to say, one of the things that I miss about practicing in person is like, if one person does this breathing exercise, it's not that loud. Exhale, head up. But when like 50 people do this breathing exercise at the same time, right, you can really hear it, which is super cool. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, but also for the purpose of COVID, one of the reasons why I'm not practicing in person, because this posture is all about like exhaling as much as you can, right? Exhale, head up, like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Slowly push your head back, reach your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, I'll do 2 more with you. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in 1 more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. All right, we'll continue. Artichondrosta with Padastasana, half moon with hands to feet pose, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head, sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Nice tight grip. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, head and arms back, stomach in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up. Exhale, bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. So in these next coming postures, we're going to move our spine, but we're also working on neck and shoulder mobility, right? There's a lot of shoulders at the beginning of class. When you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Keep the weight in your heels, press your hips a little forward, hips and pelvis opening. Squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. No room for light and air between the biceps, arms, and ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight lines. Slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows, without bending your knees. Continuously push your hips to the left. Beyond your flexibility, you're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day. This is a morning class. We are going through a seasonal transition, right? You don't have to go very far in the postures to receive the benefits. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. We're going to breathe through the nose for the rest of class. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. hips forward, arms back, stomach in, big stretch up, and slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, breathe in and out through your nose. So it took me a couple of years just to be able to keep my arms with my ears the whole time, right? If from time to time you have to like drop your shoulders for a second and take a breath and then hop back in, that's totally fine. Slowly over time, our shoulders open up, but like we're not forcing the body, right? Never forcing the body, never holding the breath. When the depth is low, just focus on the form. Keep the weight in your heels, thighs tight, glutes tight, hips forward, stomach in, upper body back, slide your breastbone up, lift your chin, lift your chest. It's a very proud posture and you have a lot to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Push your right hip a little forward to get your two hips in line, and then roll your right rib cage back to shoulders in one line. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. First back bend in the sequence. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes and give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, thighs tight, glutes tight, stomach can relax. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, chest up. Now bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, stomach in, fold, arms with ears, hands to floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding at the beginning of class. Your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing. Roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, stretch your spine down. Good, change, come on up, arms to the ears, knees can bend. You want to lift up with a flat back. Arms down, and you stand a little taller, shoulders down, chest proud. Good. Second set, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. So again, this is a beginner yoga sequence. In a lot of styles of yoga, just the thumbs would be crossed here, right? But then you'll notice people's hands come apart and the elbows bend. If you can squeeze your palms together using your grip and stretch up, maybe the biceps touch the ears. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right. Press your hips to the left. Breathe through your nose. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor. Push your hips further to the left. On this side, left hip forward and left rib cage back. So the armpits and the hips point forward. Weight in the heels. Press your biceps into your ears. If you can still breathe through your nose and it feels good, get a little deeper at the end. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Exhale, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Imagine you're leaning against a wall behind you. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left. Press your hips to the right. You're stretching the right side body, toning the left side body. Don't collapse. From an outsider's perspective, this might look like purely stretching, but you know there's a lot of strength involved, right? You're contracting your quadricep muscles, squeezing your gluteal muscles as you engage your abdominal wall the whole time. Use your grip strength as well. Press the palms together. Keep the weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back. Push your right hip a little forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push and push and push. Change. Inhale to come up, second heart opener. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and take your arms back with your ears. So whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching. You might notice it's a little bit different in the second set, right? Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, glutes tight. A squirrel is coming to visit me. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, squeeze your palms together. Bring your arms back, look back, a little fellow, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change, inhale to come up, big stretch up, exhale, stomach in, fold, sorry, hands to forward, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. Good. So as you turn from back bend into forward folding second set, notice what feels a little bit more warmed up and what's still a little tight or tender. There's no right or wrong. I find no matter where I practice in the world, I will always find something to be distracted by because that is like the nature of who I am. And when I find myself distracted, like a little squirrel, that is just an invitation to come back to the breath, back to the body, back to the present moment. Padastasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath, step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. Keep pulling, keep stretching. Roll forward, push your big toes down, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your knees. Good, change, come on up, chin away from the chest, knees can bend as you lift up. Beautiful, arms down, and you stand a little taller. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance. Insides of your feet perfectly parallel like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor. Tricep muscles tight. All 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in, hold it in tight. Bring a little bit more weight back into your heels. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back. Change, come on up, keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up at the top. Bend your knees and sit down, lean back. Notice if your knees are coming way in or way out. Keep 6 inches between toes, heels, knees and hands. Your arms are there to help you balance. If your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, come on up, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. You can stop whenever you want. You can also put your hands on the floor to help you in, or you can keep sitting down. Stop when there's still a little bit of a gap between hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Keep your fingertips together, triceps tight, shoulders soft. Change, slowly come up. Squeeze your knees, thighs together as you lift. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, take a breath. So we want to find a little bit of stillness and breath between every set of every posture from here on out. Second set, step your right foot to the right, 6 inches hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel. Arms up parallel to the floor, triceps tight, reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. I'm laughing because I was like, we want to find stillness between every posture. And then I was like, well, we go from one set of eagle to the next, right? That's not quite true. This style of yoga is full of general rules and it's also full of exceptions to the rules. In general, you want to find stillness between every set of every posture. Bring the weight back into your heels, shins back, arms forward. Now lean back, chin up, chest up. Change, come on up, keep your arms there. Push your hips forward, spread your toes wide, concentrate, meditate, levitate, lift your heels, stretch up, and sit down. So the Sanskrit word for these 3 movements is Utkatasana or chair pose, but in this style of yoga, we call it awkward because it's a little awkward, right? Lift your heels a little higher, shins forward, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, still breathing, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. And this third part isn't actually chair pose. I'm not sure what we would call it in Sanskrit. It is certainly like a newer movement in the human body, but it's actually preparing you to do toe stand later on in class. If you think about toe stand, it's just one foot is on top of the other, right? So lift up a little bit, press your big toes down, keep your triceps tight, neck long, shoulders down, change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, practice that stillness, that breath. And stillness in between postures is as much of a practice as like getting your hands together in eagle pose, right? It both take a little bit of intentionality and time. Okay, eagle, Garasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm, right elbow under left elbow, cross first of the elbows in if you can at the wrists. Lots of options here. You can interlace your fingers. You can have hands in prayer. You can grab a thumb. You can also grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Just like the first part of awkward Utkatasana, stay down there, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right leg over left leg, cross, twist, wrap, squeeze, breathe. In and out through your nose. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Notice if the weight is in your toes or the ball of your foot. Once again, bring the weight back into your heel. Sit a little bit lower, breathe a little slower, upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms up, left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your face, pinkies away from your face. This side might feel different, it does for me. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, keep your knees bent, hips low, and take your left leg over your right leg. Left over right, cross twist, and eventually wrap your left foot behind your right calf muscle. On this side, knees to the left and upper body to the right. You want wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in one line. Also notice if like one shoulder is way higher than the other, right? Try to even out the shoulders and hips. Weight in the heel, press the palms together. Try to straighten your wrists, eventually fingertips in line. I have a long way to go on this side. Sit a little bit lower, breathe a little slower, upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms up. So we're gonna go right into second set. That's what I was referring to earlier. Take your right arm under your left arm, bicep under tricep, pull your elbows down, sit down, lean back, and bring right leg over left leg, hamstring over quadricep. Push the top leg into the bottom leg, press the palms together if hands are in prayer, try to flatten the palms, straighten the wrists, eventually fingers in line. Left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, sit down like you're sitting down into a chair, upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms up, last one, here we go. Swing your left arm under your right arm, pull your elbows down, sit down low, stay down there, lean back, and bring left leg over right leg. If your foot is wrapping, try to eliminate the gap between your left ankle and right calf muscle. Now bring right knee to right and left knee to left. Right elbow to right and left elbow to left. Feel deep compression along the center line of your body among all your major joints. Sit down, elbows down, lean back, hold and breathe. Good, change, feet together, arms up, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Okay, let us continue. Standing, head to knee, Dandayamana, Janusharasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Point your toes, flex your toes. Notice the difference. Keep your toes flexed back to your face the whole time. Try to even out your hips. Option to stay right here, or as you're ready, interlace your 10 fingers and start to round down. Maybe grabbing at the knee or the shin or the ankle, eventually pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. You have no need. If you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower. Standing leg lock, take a breath. Kick your heel forward, flex your toes back, you're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda, then bend your elbows down. I was Linda for Halloween once. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Shameless plug, Halloween yoga tomorrow at 2 p.m. Show up in costume, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, arms straight, bend the right leg, right foot down, shift your weight to your right leg, big toe points forward. Contract your inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your kneecap, use gluteus maximus and minimus, use your side seat, pull your abdomen in. Lift your left leg up, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back, stomach in, option to stay here, Or as you're ready, round down and pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Keep your right big toe on the floor. Pull your abdomen in, flex your toes back. And when you're ready, slowly, gently lift your left leg up. It's a real kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so your knee is over your ankle, not your big toe. From here, actively press your heel forward, actively flex your toes back. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs, maybe even a cramp on your thigh. Bend your elbows down. Notice where your shoulders are in relationship to your ears. Roll your shoulders back and down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. Bring the chest down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscle. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend or knee bend. Second set. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, and pick up your right foot. Can you keep your big toe on the floor the whole time without grabbing the floor of your toes? Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. So you want to evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot the whole time. If both legs lock, then elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold and breathe at your deepest point. Whenever you're ready, slowly reverse out. No rush. Good for you. Stand. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg. Lock your right leg. Lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back. Interlock your 10 fingers. Round down, pick up your left foot, and then re-engage that grip, even the thumbs crossed. Press the big toe down, pull your abdomen in, relax your face, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Bend elbows down. Tuck chin to chest. Touch your forehead to your knee. Hold and breathe. And whenever you're ready, slowly come out. Nice, good for you. Okay, that was a forward curl compression posture, right? We squeezed into the abdominal wall. Next is a big back bend and shoulder opener. Standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Andrasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot, at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. At first, just find a place where you can balance, breathe, and back bend. And sometimes that's just the setup to the posture. This is already a big shoulder and quadricep stretch. When you're ready, start to bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulders, shoulder blade, scapula, stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous. 50-50, the harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward. Kick, 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 change. Beautiful. Slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down, take a breath. Other side, bring your left hand up, out to the left like you're serving a tray. Reach back without turning or twisting your shoulder. Pick up the inside of your left foot, up the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Lift your right arm up and back with your ear, knees together to start. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. So in the 90-minute version of this class, which is the original version, right, we hold the first set of this posture for a full minute. So you're not just working on your balance, your strength, your flexibility, you're also working on your endurance, right? It's a cardiovascular posture. You want to be able to breathe In and out through your nose with a relaxed face the whole time. And if you fall out like I did, you just take a breath. And then hop back in, right? So you always take just a moment to reset, but you never give up. Always hop back in. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Eventually you bring your right shoulder so far forward that your shoulder touches your chin. Keep your chin and chest lifted, keep the arch in the spine. Best way to fall is forward, hop back in, bring the body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, walk your right leg, point your left toes, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down, take a breath. I wish you could see this squirrel behind me, like there's a window behind me and the squirrel's like, hello, I can't help but notice that you're practicing yoga in there. May I come in? That's his voice in my head. Okay, second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear, knees together. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe to your nose. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, palm of your left hand faces the floor. Get your left arm exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower. Standing leg locked. Reach the arm forward, slide the shoulder back. So you'll notice my 2 heels are not yet in line, right? That's what we mean when come down. So 2 heels in line, body down, leg up. And then best way to fall is forward. Fall out 5 times, hop back in 6. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up with control, feet together. Arms down. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, left hip forward, knees together. Bring your right arm up and back with your ear. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Standing bow pulling pose, a bow like an archery. Some people say that your left arm and leg are like the bow that you're drawing taut, and your right arm makes the arrow, piercing the air. Iyengar takes it a step further. He says body is the bow, posture is the arrow, but the target is the soul. Doesn't really matter if you can balance or do the standing splits, but it matters that you're enjoying your own company, that you're breathing into your body. Start to come down parallel to the floor, stacking the heels. Body down, leg up, reach forward, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Come to the back of your mat, Andrasana, balancing stick, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. This is the last time we're going to use this grip in class. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, wrist straight, touch your biceps to your ears, lean back and stretch up. Step your right foot forward. Shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up first, and then when you're ready, start to come down like a slow moving seesaw. Charge your body forward, bring the body down and the leg up, arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, 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 change. Whew. Left foot down, right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Lots of broken umbrellas on the streets of Washington, D.C. yesterday, but you are not one of them. Second set, or other side, feet together, arms up, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, and when you're ready, come down. Charge your body forward, try to touch the wall in front of you, shoulder blades, scapula, stretching away from the body. Keep your neck long, arms with your ears, back flat, stomach in, hold and breathe. Change, right foot down, left foot back. Okay, now arms down, take a breath. I had a moment there where I was like, you've been teaching this for a long time, and I don't think you take your arms down between sides, but I can't remember. Second set, feet together, arms up, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, flame the squirrel, step your right foot forward, block both legs, stretch, and come down without letting your left hip pop up. So you want to drop your left hip down, spiral your inner left thigh up, hips and armpits facing the floor, chest down, chin forward, leg up, stretch, Change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stretch up. Here we go. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch and tilt. So you really are stretching forward and back at the same time, like a tug of war, like you're trying to turn on a light switch with your right big toe. Point your right toes, suck your stomach in, reach forward, hold and breathe. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, hold still, take a breath. Great, come to the top of your mat. Face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. Standing separate leg series, I will face you. Standing separate leg stretching. Dandayamana Vikatapada Hashimotonasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big side stretch. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Reach your arms apart all the way down. It's a really beautiful image. Right? You can, if your knees are bending, you can start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. Once the legs are straight, see if you can hook onto your pinky toes, the outsides of your feet, or eventually grab your heels from behind. That's where this is going. Grab your heels from behind, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Now, if your forehead's already easily touching the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step. If your forehead's nowhere near the floor, take a little bit of a bigger step. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs, pull and stretch. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. Roll forward, hips up, full stretch, touch your head to the floor. Good, and change. Slowly come up, reach the arms apart, press the hips forward. Good, step your right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down, hold still, breathe. Second set, I'll show you from the side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice generous step, arms down parallel to the floor. Can turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest and go down. Try to keep your fingers in periphery, so you're not bringing them back, right? They're out to the side. The shoulder blades stay apart to the whole posture. Grab your heels from behind. Whether you better grip on your heels or your pinky toes, see if you can bend your elbows back. Eventually wrap the elbows back behind you, elbows to caps, shoulders up to the ceiling, belly button into the spine, roll forward, find your edge. It might sound antithetical to say lift your shoulders up to the ceiling, but remember that you're upside down, right? So if you lift your shoulders up, they'll actually come away from your ears, decompressing the neck spine. Pull on your heels, shoulders up, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. There's also not a lot of pulling action in yoga, but pulling is a really important function of the human body. So pull here if you've got a grip on the feet, pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull, stretch, breathe, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Head change, come up with the arms apart, fingers in periphery. Good, step your right foot back, arms up, arms down, take a breath. This is also an opportune time to grab a sip of water if you are a water drinker during class. Triangle Trigonosphere. Inhale your arms over your head sideways. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, reach your arms apart. Turn your right foot out, turn it out a ½ inch more. Maybe left toes in a little bit, line up your heels. Inhale, bend your right leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up the hips and knees, and then sit down low, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Eventually, elbow in front of the knee. However, if your right thigh bicep is not parallel to the floor yet, come up a little bit so that you're engaging your obliques, but you're not collapsing down, right? You want a 45-degree angle, a diagonal line from your ankle all the way to the crown of your head. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, pull your abdomen in. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn and twist upper body back. Lock your left leg. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your right leg. Right toes in. Left toes out. 2 heels in line. Inhale. Bend your left leg and lunge. Then you can bounce a couple times to warm up the hips and knees. Then start to sit down really low. push your hips forward, lean back, spine straight, and move your arms at the same time, palms face forward. Aim your fingertips towards your big and second toe rather than your heel. It's a really small adjustment, but it does move the shoulders a little bit different. You want the shoulders to stack on one on top of the other. So reach your right shoulder up, look up towards the ceiling, touch your shoulder to your chin, look for your right thumb. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Scoop your right rib cage back. Turn and twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Lock your right leg. Keep your whole right foot, even your pinky toe, flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your left leg. Left toes in. Right foot back. Arms up and arms down. Take a breath. We haven't done this in a while. Second set, if you want, we can do what I call Mary Jarvis method. So we'll do a slightly different method to get into it. I will walk you through it. Feet together, arms up. Step your right foot to the right. Nice big step. Push your hips forward. Lean your upper body back. Turn your right foot out. Left toes in. And from here, look over your left shoulder. So your shoulder and chin are already either close together or even touching. Bend your right knee, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. So the shoulder and chin touch from the get-go. So you're already looking up towards the ceiling. Touch your chin, shoulder together. Reach your left arm up. Stretch your right arm down. Sink your left hip down. Push your right knee back. Bring the right rib cage forward. Left rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Sit down more. Chest up more. Turn and twist. Lock your left leg. Keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your right leg. Look forward. Right toes in. Left toes out. Look over right shoulder, bend your left knee, sit down, rotate your palms forward, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingers between your big and second toe, look up, stretch up, triceps tight, reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. Eventually, your nose and thumb are in line. So left rib cage forward, right ear back, sink your right hip down, use your left side body to lift up, you're not collapsing down, stomach in, spine long, turn and twist upper body back, lift your right kneecap, lock your right leg, keep your whole right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, look forward, left toes in, right foot back to the place, arms up and arms down. Very cool. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Bikram Yoga, Inhale, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels to one side of the mat, or if you're on the long side of your mat, you can face the back of your mat. Turn your back left toes in. Push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Back side foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, and you go down. Round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest, pull your abdomen in, touch your forehead and knee together. This is a rounded spine forward fold. This is one to be careful of if you have a history of slip discs, or just if your back is feeling a little bit achy today, right? You can think about rounding your spine, but if whatever feels like too much pressure on the lower back, flatten out the back instead. Eventually forehead and knee touch. If your forehead and knee aren't touching, try bending your front leg. Push the floor away from you, tuck your chin to your chest, and bring your forehead and knee a little closer together. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. Left shoulder forward, left hip forward, full stop at the top. When you're ready, pick up your toes. See if you can pivot 180 degrees. Uncross your heels. Turn your back toes in. Squeeze your right glutes. Push your right hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Round scoop, curl, tuck, concave. Chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead to your knee. So there's some tools in your toolbox to get your head and knee closer together. You can always take a wider or smaller step. You can turn your back toes in more to rotate the right hip forward more. And you can bend that front leg and really push your fingers into the floor. Tuck your chin to your chest, eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body. This is the second of 3 Janusharasana head to knee compression postures. We are squeezing and compressing the abdominal wall as you round and stretch your back. Push your forehead into your knee. Lock both legs.
hands together, change, slowly uncurl, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. When you're ready, pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, arms down, hold still, take a breath. Second set, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. So you'll notice, right, we're no longer doing the temple grip, just the thumbs are crossed, stretch up, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, pick up your toes, pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, squeeze your left glute, press your left hip forward, right rib cage back, eventually inner thighs touch, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. One of the other like Mary Jarvis drills in the sequence is she'll put like a towel in between your legs and it's like, can you hold onto the towel while you're in this posture, right? So the left hip never opens up. You're squeezing the inner thighs together the whole time. Squeeze your left glute, press your left hip forward, tuck your chin to your chest, touch your forehead and knee together. If your hands have separated, start to walk them back together, not because you have to, but because you can. That's the spirit of this class. One day thumbs crossed, one day palms together, arms straight, palms flat, fingers just beyond the big and second toe. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, lift your kneecaps, hands together, change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, arms of ears, head up last. When you're ready, pick up your toes, pivot. I'm going to face you for this one. So your heels are in line, but they don't have to be crisscross. Notice if your hands are kind of coming apart, right? Try to press the palms together up to the pinky fingers. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down, chin to chest, stomach in, touch your forehead to your knee. Now look back for your back right leg. See the kneecap lifting, or if your kneecap is not yet lifting, contract the quadricep muscle, notice the knee lifting up. This is what we mean by a locked knee. It's not that you're pushing your kneecap back, right? It's not that you're hyperextending your leg. This is the quadricep muscle super engaged, so you actually see the kneecap lifting up. In balancing postures, this is what we're looking for as well. Now push your forehead into your front leg, see your left kneecap lifting up, so both legs engaged, hands together, change. Press the hips forward, tuck the chin to the chest, head up last, good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Okay, come to the middle of your mat for the hip opening series, right? So same thing, we're gonna balance on one leg as you squeeze the quadricep muscle. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift the left kneecap up. Lift your right leg up, hold on to your foot from underneath the foot with one or both hands. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of right foot flat to the ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. You can bring one or both hands together. Elbows down, spine straight. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale through your nose. Eventually, the right knee will drop back so much that the two knees are in line from the side. But again, you're never forcing. Just know that that's where it's going eventually. Change. Right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, lift your right kneecap, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. Heel to costume, slowly, gently, let your left knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. You can bring one or both hands together. Press your left hip forward, drop the shoulders down, stretch the crown of your head up, temporarily eliminate any curvature in your spine. Notice if you're grabbing the floor with your right toes, relax the toes, evenly distribute your body weight on all four corners of your right foot. Change, left leg down. You're welcome to do a second set of tree, or you can try toe stand, Padastasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. Anywhere above the knee is great, anywhere on your thigh. If your foot is prone to sliding past your knee, hold on to your foot, otherwise hands together. From here, stomach in, fold forward, hands to floor, and sometimes just touching your hands to the floor and micro bending your standing left knee will give you a really nice right side seat stretch. You're like preparing your body to sit in pigeon pose. Option to stay here or keep going. Walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knees, sit down on your heel, and you can even like touch your knees to the floor when you get down there, just so you feel safe. And then from here, start to walk your hands back. Lift your chest up. You can bring one or both hands together. Elbows down, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. Okay, when you're ready, hands to floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg. You can come up on 2 feet or press your hips forward to reverse out just the way you went in. Good stuff. Change right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, walk your right leg and lift your left leg up. If you are familiar with toe stand, you're welcome to go into it at your own pace. If you never go into toe stand because the folding forward, leaning forward part is scary, I'm going to show you how to do it from the floor. So if you'd like, you can join me on all fours with your toes tucked under. From here, you're going to walk 1 foot around, place your left ankle onto your right thigh, and then you simply walk your hands back. And now you're in toe stand, right? You can do it from the floor. I will show you from the front as well. So on all fours with your toes tucked under, walk your left foot forward, place your left ankle on top of your right thigh, walk your hands back, and now you're in toe stand. So lots of tricks, right? Lots of ways to build these postures, depending on what your limitations are, right? Okay, when you're ready, you can come up on 2 feet, or you can lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change, left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We are on the floor for the rest of class. Woohoo. Okay, bring your heels together, let your toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station, let it fill you up. I like this time of year because I was in teacher training this time of year in 2014. And so I'll get like, I'm on Facebook and I'll get like Facebook memories from like October, blah, blah, blah. And my teacher training was big. It was 330 people from over 30 countries. Part of that was because up until my teacher training, which was in Thailand, most of the trainings had been held in North America, and most of them in particular had been held in Los Angeles. It was a 9-week teacher training program. So a lot of folks from other countries simply couldn't get 9-week visas to the United States. So when they held it in Thailand, a lot of people, particularly people from Asian countries and Australia, came to this training. It's pretty cool, like over 30 countries. And also, wow, that is a lot of cultures and customs in a hot room to have to deal with, right? In some cultures, like if you're walking over someone in Savasana, you never want to walk over their face, right? That's like incredibly rude in their culture. In other cultures, walking over somebody's feet, incredibly rude, right? And of course, the ideal is that you would walk around someone, but if you've ever been in a crowded yoga room, right? Sometimes that's a little hard to do. And so, some people just wouldn't notice at all. Other folks would, okay, wait, it's rude to walk over faces, right? So I'll walk over feet. And then, some of us who studied cross-cultural communications would go, okay, Penny's from Taiwan. They don't want their feet walked or their head walked over. Okay, I'm going to walk over her feet. And so-and-so's from Trinidad. They don't want their feet walked over. I'm going to walk over their head, right? You try and figure that out. Padastasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder. Completely avoid your rib cage. And I think some of us, especially if you practiced in Washington, D.C., that can also be true here, right? There's a lot of different cultures and countries that culminate and all practice yoga together. And I love that because even though we might come from different backgrounds and literally speak different languages, we have a common culture and a common language of this yoga. Change, right? Leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Now, the other thing is, in Bikram Yoga, in 26 and 2 Yoga, there's certain kind of like across the board rules. Like, for example, any studio you go to, when you're in Savasana, you want your head at the front of your mat and your feet to the back of your mat. Pretty much any studio you go to, the general rule of thumb is like, wait until party time to grab water. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other. But there's also what we'll call house rules, right? Like in the separate leg series, some studios you continue to face forward. Other studios you face one side of your mat so that both sides of, both of your feet are on the mat.
Some studios, the minute you walk in the door of that studio, you take off your shoes. Other studios, you can walk around with your shoes, right? Those are more what we'll call house rules. Squeeze your knees together, keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, tuck your chin in, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down, eyes open. So when you practice at home, right, that begs the question, like if you want to, part of practicing from home is I'm still connected to this culture, this language of 26 and 2 yoga that we're speaking. So I wait until party time to drink water, right? I keep my head to the front of my mat, feet to the back of my mat. But my house rules, right, and my cultural rules are different from your house rules and your cultural rules. So it's interesting from time to time to think about, you're essentially in your own yoga dojo, your own yoga school or studio in your space. What are your house rules, right? Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder. Like, do you need to keep your phone in a different room? Pull tight, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Might there be some sort of ceremony that you do before or after your class to symbolize that, okay, I'm no longer in my living room, I'm in my yoga space. Maybe that means like putting your shoes in a certain place every single time. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other elbow on top, squeeze your knees together and down, head on the floor, look down the center line of your body. Maybe it means you put crystals all over your mat and use all of the essential oils. A lot of studios say, don't use essential oils in class because like somebody could be allergic to them. But hey, you're in your house. If you want to put lavender on your third eye, go for it, girlfriend. Squeeze your knees together and down, head on the floor, look down, hold and breathe. Change, arms down, eyes open. That does remind me of a time where Lauren, who some of you have taken her class before or met Lauren, she was really good about, she would have like essential oil sprays and she'd say, if you want to spray, a spritz, keep your palms open to receive. And if you don't want to spritz, like place your hand over your heart so I know not to spritz near you. And then at one point, another teacher tried to like copy her and it just didn't work. And I remember this teacher spraying and this man just yells, "You got your essence in my eye," like the essential oil had like fallen into his eye. And then we were like, maybe no more essential oils. I digress. Next video straight, but a funny anecdote for you on this Saturday morning. You got your essence in my eye. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to the floor, forehead to knees. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra, Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders, so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Come up halfway only. Elbows stay bent. They make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Lock your legs, squeeze your back. Push the shoelace part of your foot into the floor. Push your feet, hips and hands down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lock your legs. Now look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down. There's a dead spider on my floor. Cool, arms down, palms face the ceiling. Toes together, heels fall open. Breathing normal. Second set, bring your chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor just below your shoulders. From a bird's eye view, I could not see your fingernails. Zip up your legs, toes and heels touch throughout the posture. You don't have two legs, you have one tail like a cobra. Keep it intact. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. So fingers point forward, toes point back, lock your legs, squeeze your heels together. Imagine you have a ticket to a Justin Bieber concert in between your heels. And if you drop the ticket, you have to go to the concert. Lock your legs, squeeze your back, push your feet, hips and hands down. At this point, I would see Bieber in concert. Press your hands down, roll your shoulders back and down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, hold and breathe. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat. Arms down, heels open. So I taught my first yoga class almost 7 years ago, in November of
2014. And in this style of yoga, there's a saying that you don't actually become a real teacher until you've been teaching for 10 years, which is maybe a little bit of a racket, but also very humbling and something to think about, right? So I'm almost a teacher. I'm 3 years away. Bring your chin forward, arm straight position, rotate your arms so your palms face down, locust shalabhasana. You can keep your arms out to the side or bring your arms underneath you. One day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Spread your fingers wide. If you're hyper flexible, micro bend your elbows so you're pushing your shoulders and palms down rather than your elbows and wrists. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Press down through your shoulders, keep your triceps tight, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles rather than your wrists. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your thigh up, change slowly with control, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up to a 45-degree angle. Left leg should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. You have no knee. Try to keep your hip and forearm in contact. Spiral your inner left thigh up so that the sole of your foot is flat to the ceiling. Press your hands back, roll forward, lift your leg. Change, left leg lowers down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes. Roll forward and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Squeeze your butt. Lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up, hold and breathe. Change, lower down with control. Take your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat, arms down, eyes open. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide, press your knuckles down, lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. So again, sole of right foot flat to the ceiling. Notice if your foot's going way to one side or your hip is lifting up, right? Keep your hips and shoulders facing down, lengthen and lift. Change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Imagine you're trying to turn on a light switch with your left big toe, or like you're drawing a line up the back wall using the big toe. Roll forward, shoulders down, eyes open, look forward, lift your leg up, change, left leg down, third part, grand finale, chin in, mouth down, bring your arms a little closer, spread your fingers wide, zip up your legs, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward and lift both legs up. If you'd like, you can separate your legs for a second, see if you can come up more, and then bring the knees, feet back together. Never bend the knees, lock your legs, point your toes, push your hands back, roll forward, shoulders down, lift your legs up, change, lower down, take your arms out, look to the left, right ear on your mat. And one of the things that I've learned about, well, one of the things about teaching yoga, they say it's an extension of your yoga practice, right? As a teacher, I am learning not just how to teach every day, but I'm also learning from you and watching each of you, not just learning how to be a better teacher, but also how to be a better student in my own practice, right? So thank you to each of you for teaching me things about this yoga, right? It is truly an honor to get to watch all of you move and breathe. Pranayama, full locust. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side. I'm not going to touch that dead spider. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. Beautiful, like a jumbo jet taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Okay, let's talk Halloween yoga costumes. You could be a 747 taking off. You could be a cobra, right? You could be a camel, a rabbit, so many options. L like Linda, T like Tom. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tucking your wings, look to your right, left ear on your mat. And one of the things I talk about, at least with like one of my closest yoga colleagues, who's also a full-time yoga teacher, is, you know, part of our teaching style is stream of consciousness. And part of that means that sometimes, not just me, but in general, teachers will get way off track. You say a joke that does not land, you get caught up in a tangent, right? Like whatever it is, you've all heard me do that before. You will all hear me do that again. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side. So part of teaching, the longer you teach, is when you realize when to reel it in and when to keep going. Knees, feet together, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. And I'm saying this because that is also true in your yoga practice, right? In your yoga practice, if you want to learn more, there will be times where you look really goofy, where you fail, where you do something wrong, where you hold a posture too long or not long enough or whatever it is, right? Failure, whatever that is for you, is part of innovation in your yoga practice. So don't be afraid to look a little bit silly, to go to the next step in a posture, even if it's a little bit scary, right? That's part of what we're learning over time. Lock your legs, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left, right ear on your mat. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. But you won't get to that next step if you're not afraid to try, right? It's that Brene Brown power of vulnerability. I know. Bring your chin forward, Andrasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers. Start with your knees, feet close together. Point your toes, squeeze your butts, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Good, continuously keep kicking, lovely, without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Try not to rock back and forth. So in this posture, we're connecting the hands to the feet. It's a deep back bend, shoulder opener. You're toning your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, your spine. It's also good for digestion, right? You are on your stomach. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down with control. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Take a breath. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, knees, feet together, point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up and kick into your hands. Notice if your wrists are bending, wrists straight, so you want to use your upper fingertip strength. I know for those of us with small hands, that is hard to do, right? Because you're just gripping with the tips of your fingers, but it is good for fingertip strength, right? So wrists straight, insides of the wrists close together, knees and ankles in line. You want to open through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up, kick and kick and kick. Good, change, lower down. Look to your left, let that one go. Okay, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat for fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. Start with knees and feet about hip width distance. From here, walk your hands back and sink your hips down towards the floor. Eventually sit down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until eventually you can sit between your heels, toes point back, insides of your feet parallel. Option to stay here, or put your hands on your feet, bend your right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain, left elbow down, knees never come off the floor, drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your hips, but never a point of pain. Good, change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. So in this style of yoga, right, again, there's this adage for teachers that you're not a teacher until you've been teaching for 10 years. But interestingly, there's also this idea that the minute you step onto your mat, you're a yoga student, but also that no matter how long you've been practicing, you're always a beginner. This is a beginner yoga series, and we want to approach it, right, both with the wisdom that lives in our body, the wisdom of our experience from repetition, from practicing it, and also with an open mind and an open heart. Because sometimes when you've been practicing for a while, if you're like, oh, this posture is the hardest one, I'm never going to get there,
then we close ourselves off to that one time where, oh my gosh, I went a little deeper, right? Or conversely, if we're like, oh, this is my posture, I always touch my head to my knee, and we're not listening to our body, then that's like, oh, I hurt myself, right? So you always want to stay a little bit open, that beginner mentality. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, come to the front of your mat for a second set, fixed firm. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, open your feet, sit down between your heels. Another trick is you can put your hands on your calves and roll your calf muscles out. And for folks with big calf muscles, that can help you sit down more too. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, maybe other elbow on top. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, hold and breathe. So on the one hand, we're all beginners. And on the other hand, I do often think about, what to me signifies like an advanced yoga practice. Not just like the asanas, not just the postures, but what is an advanced yoga, like it's an 8-limbed approach? What does an advanced yoga practice look like? And more for me, it really has nothing to do with the postures. It has to do with non-attachment from the outcome, right? So maybe you go an inch into the posture, maybe you go all the way, but you're not attached to what it looks like at the end. You're just more curious about getting to know yourself better, the self-realization component. That to me is what an advanced yoga practice looks like. And here's the thing, you can't tell from the outside, right? It's something only for you to know. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. There's another adage in the style of yoga, right? That in all other physical endeavors, the subject and the object are the same. So in basketball, the subject is basketball and the object, the goal is to win basketball. In football, subject, football, object, basketball. In yoga, subject, yoga, object, you. You are the goal, right? Does not matter how deep you go into the postures, doesn't matter what you look like. It just matters that you're challenging yourself. And I mean challenging in every sense of the word, as far as like stepping back, being compassionate and patient, as well as stepping up, being determined, struggling a little harder, don't give up. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat. But I know for a lot of folks, the real challenge is taking it easy, right? Not pushing it harder. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, chin away from your chest, neck long, stretch up, and slowly go down. Take your time. You can put your hands on the floor and walk yourself in. Otherwise, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down, get elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of the pinky fingers touch the floor. The rest of the arms are in the air. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, come on up, chin away from the chest, arms to the ears. You can also push yourself up, arms down, turn around, Savasana. And as I think through the parallels about teaching and practicing, today I've made a couple of like what I'll call rookie mistakes in this class. I've slipped up a few times in ways that perhaps I did when I was like a new teacher, but I don't do that often anymore. And, when I was a new teacher, I'd be like really embarrassed by that. And now I'm like, no, I know that I know what I'm doing. It's just sometimes mind wanders, right? It's early in the morning, seasonal transition, right? All these reasons. I'm easy on myself. And I hope that's the case for you, because none of you, even though we're a beginner mindset class, none of you are beginners at this practice. And I hope when you occasionally make the quote unquote rookie mistake, don't be hard on yourself, enjoy it, laugh a little bit, keep going. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Right? It's that non-attachment. It is both a deeply personal practice and we're not taking it too personally. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top, stretch up and go down. How long can you look forward? Can you touch your forehead to the floor before your little fingers? Squeeze feet together for control. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Good, change, come on up, chin away from the chest, arms with the ears, nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat for camel, Andrasana, our deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Place your hands on your back, thumbs outside, fingers inside, elbows close together. Press your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your nose and chin. And if it feels good, let your head fall back. Option to stay here or keep your hands on your back, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, hold and breathe. Good, when you're ready, place your hands on your back, press yourself up, head up last, stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. Back bends are a really wonderful opportunity to like let go, right? In that posture, you were literally letting go of your head, you let your head drop back, but sometimes on a more like, I don't know, psychological, emotional, even spiritual level, something about opening your heart space that much is a really nice opportunity to just like give something up, either something that feels a little too heavy for you to carry on your own, or something that you're just ready to let go of, right? The back bend can be a nice opportunity for that. Let's try it again. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. It is a hard posture to hold resentment in, right? Second set, open your knees a little, but it is possible because I've done it. Open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your back, bring your elbows closer together, hips forward, chest up, head back. Go back halfway, freeze in the middle, check in. Right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift chest up, drop head back. Enjoy. When you're ready, place your hands on your back, press yourself up, stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. Now, I talked a good game about letting go and about non-attachment, but the truth is I'm still thinking about when I told us to put our arms down in between balancing stick, the same way that I still think about the time maybe 6 months ago on a Saturday morning where I mixed up the sequence of the spine strengthening series, right? Like I'm talking about letting go and non-attachment, but believe me, I hold on to something, some memories, some, dare I say, shame, right, in my heart. But what I've also realized about that as a personality trait for me, like a strong memory, is for that very same reason, I can still remember the first time where I was able to get my hands together in eagle pose. And for that same reason, I can still remember some of the really beautiful conversations that I've had with several of you over the years about yoga, about your experience in yoga, your story, right? It's two sides to a coin. And when we talk about yoga and we talk about self-realization, of course, we're bettering ourselves, right? Not just in our physical asana practice, but also realizing, this is a pattern in my life that I don't love. But we're also exploring like, okay, if these are facts about me, like I have a good memory, some of that is not so fun, but some of it's really beautiful, right? So how can you flip the things that once felt like burdens in your life or like flaws, and how can you notice in your yoga practice, right, that there's actually a positive side to that part of you as well, even if it's something that you desperately want to change about yourself. I bet you there's a beautiful aspect to it as well. Not like toxic positivity, not a silver lining, but like I bet there's a flip side to that coin. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. And when we're talking about betting, even though I'm not a gambler, when we're talking about betting in yoga, what we're really learning to do is bet on ourselves every single time. Come to the middle of your mat for rabbit, Sasana.
Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Try to feel each part of your spine moving. Like a nautilus shell coiling, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip. Lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Lock your arms. Again, lift your shoulders up. Sounds hypothetical, but if you lift your shoulders, you decompress the neck spine. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good. Change hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Second set, I'm going to employ a metaphor that I have not used in a while. If you are really scared of heights, ignore what I say. Just do rabbit pose. Otherwise, we're going to use like a tall building metaphor. Ready? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, and what I'm about to say, I in no way endorse doing in real life. Come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Look just beyond your knees, and all of a sudden, you are kneeling at the edge of a skyscraper. So this is the edge of the skyscraper, and you look down, there's like little people in taxi cabs and all that stuff. Ready? Grab your heels, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. So you're going to round your spine so that your head is off of the building, but you're not going to tip forward. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. So the feet are fixed onto the floor. Eventually the hips are over the knees, but you're not tipping forward, right? Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lock your arms. It's the full palm grip on your heels carrying the majority of your body weight. Shoulders up, stomach in, round your spine. Good, hips down, change. Slowly pull yourself up. Head up last, very nice, turn around Savasana. Never do yoga off to the side of the building. I hate when I see stuff like that on social media. It is so against the rules of yoga, but that metaphor, very helpful, right? Maybe you felt a little different in the body, right? You're not putting too much weight on the head there. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, come to the middle of your mat and Jarvis, head to knee pose, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in. Big stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Flex your toes back, practice the grip for standing head to knee. All 10 fingers interlaced up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot. Bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right rib cage down, left rib cage up. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Good, Hashimotonasana stretching, bend your knees. You can hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold forward. Stomach to thighs, pull. Chest to knee stretch. One day toes and head touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down, fold. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat. Second set, head to knee, right leg out, left leg in. Two legs make an L like Linda. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, chin to chest, put your forehead on your knee. If your knee is bent, in the second set, try like pushing your forehead into your knee so the leg lengthens. If your leg is straight, lock your leg, heel off the floor, eventually elbows to floor. Notice if your left hip and left knee are way off the floor, try to get the left knee, left hip down, both elbows down, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, feel the costume, big stretch up, turn to your left, chin to chest, put your forehead on your knee. So we talk a lot about like rolling into the right. It is possible to overdo it, right? The idea is you want your two shoulders and hips in line. Often we'll lean to the left, roll into the right, but make sure you're not like overcorrecting, right? Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, fold and breathe. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Option to stay here or lay down. And sit up. Check out your sit up. Hashimotonasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold forward. Stomach to thighs pull, chest and knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Okay, come to the middle of your mat, Andrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner. You can also have your left leg straight out in front of you. Right arm close behind you like a second spine, left arm up and over. Push your knee out of the way. You can grab your mat or eventually grab your knee with your hand. One day hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for stability, especially notice if you're leaning way back or to one side. Walk your hand in close behind you, push your fingertips into the floor to stretch up and look back. From here, if you can balance, take your right hand off the floor, grab your waistband, or eventually touch your right fingertips to your left thigh for a half bind. Keep spine straight and chest up. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back. Twist and twist and twist. Good. Change. Unwind. Swap out your legs. Wee. Bend your right leg on the floor. Touch left heel to right knee. Left arm behind you. Right arm up and over. Grab right knee with right hand. Look down. If you are sitting on your right foot, slide it out of the way. Roll to the left. Inhale, stretch up. Stomach in. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Again, if you're leaning back a lot, walk your hand in, thumb pointing towards you. Keep your right knee down, left foot down, point your right toes. You can stay right here or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a bind. Push elbow into the knee, turn and twist upper body back like triangle pose. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. As both a new teacher and a new student, I find it so cruel that that posture comes at the end of class, because by the end of class, if you are a new student or a new teacher, you are mentally exhausted and the lefts and rights of that posture are so confusing. But what's cool about it is over time, you develop muscle memory in your speech as a teacher, muscle memory in your body as a yoga student, right? So that you do it even, and you don't necessarily have to think about the lefts and the rights, which is again, a cool meditative aspect of this repetitive yoga sequence. It doesn't get easier, you get better. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Hands on your thighs, lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun, Kapalbhati breathing. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, lock your arms, drop your shoulders. Keep your body still, just the abdomen engages. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, one. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs, take up as much or as little space as you want. Take a nice slow breath in through your nose and out through your nose. So if our yoga journey is about non-attachment, if it's about self-realization, right? If it's also maybe, again, not in a gambling way, right? I'm not a gambler, but it's about learning to bet on yourself, right? And as a yoga teacher, one of my greatest joys is getting to know all of you better. And every single one of you in this class, I would bet on each of you any day of the week, right? And that starts with you putting that trust in yourself, putting that work in, that time in yourself, showing up on your yoga mat, even on a Saturday morning when, might have been fun to sleep in, but you showed up, you made it here.
Bet on yourself throughout the weekend, right? Take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale through your nose, feel your shoulders fall. You are so very alive.